associated with a decentralized group calling themselves the Lawbreakers.
The names pick you, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Looks like you ran with the gang known as the Robins when you were in Gotham.
I'd never be caught in the streets wearing spandex and short shorts.
Yeah, well, we have our intel. We'd just like to hear it from you. Please answer the question.
You gotta ask one first, Captain Boy Scout.
But damn it.
She's got you there, Colonel.
Let's try this again, kid. You're a... criminal influencer?
That's pretty reductionist of you.
It's the truth.
It's your truth, maybe. The truth, though, that's subjective.
Kids these days with your roundabout... You made your point.
Always do, Ricky.
Don't call me that. Let's just get back to... What was that?
Ugh.
That better be Brainiac at the door, or there's gonna be hell to pay. Let the record show I'm permitting Floyd Lawton to sit in on these sessions rather than attempt to eavesdrop through several inches of steel door. For now.
We're gonna go back a bit now. How's things with your mom?
You don't have to answer that. She's not answering that. Next question.
Thanks, Dad. I wouldn't have ever done that on my own. My mom should be great, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're right. I just... This is your show. Run it.
Okay, so what about schooling?
She's not telling you shit about...
God, Dad, please.
Hey, both of you, cool your jets so we can get back on task. Let the record show that, once again, Floyd Lawton is being allowed in this session on the grounds that he has to keep his composure in council. He is currently glaring.
Weren't we supposed to be getting through a government-mandated, definitely not an interrogation?
It's just some questioning to get our records in order. Your parents had a good relationship. You had good grades at one of the most prestigious schools in the country. How'd you start with...
Oh, what, stealing from the rich? Same way they started stealing from everybody else, probably.
Right. We placed you at the Gotham Historical Society's annual ball 3 years running. No invite in sight.
If you already know all about it, why even bother asking? Try something you don't know.
Sure. How'd you find out about the situation in Metropolis? And how'd you get here?
Nah, my daughter is no snitch, and you ain't gonna make her out to be one. What the hell even is this? Interrogating a teenager?
Predictable. Stop recording and get him out of my interrogation room.
Guess I can assume we won't have both Lawtons today.
Yeah, no. Dad's got some work to do on his temper still.
Fair enough. Tell me about your tech then. Why the goggles?
Debris, duh. Who wants stuff flying in their eyes all the time? Plus, I look cool.
Retrofitted alien optics, according to the nerds. Huh, that Kaluan readout. Just for show, or are you learning a new language?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's gone great historically.
And just how did you manage all the dimension hopping?
Getting where I'm not meant to be is my whole bag. I mean, who's the ones who left all these holes in the fabric of reality wide open?
Those holes are government property. Just tell me how you used them.
Internet, cord search engine's pretty okay.
You want me to believe you solved interdimensional travel with just a website and a couple words?
Anything's possible with the right plugins.
I think we can talk to each other frankly, Miss Lawton.
You can think that, sure.
And little quips like that are why. You have potential.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You're smart, resourceful, perceptive. You just lack experience.
Yeah, okay, I'm not actually down for any unpaid internships or whatever you're pushing right now.
There's a lot of paths forward, Miss Lawton. And I can think of a few that'll get you further than railing fruitlessly against whatever authority is right in front of you.
Yo, you know what's funny? Pretty much every principal I've ever had said the same thing.
When you get down to it, your whole deal is equity for all, isn't it?
Depends on how you define equity.
I define it as a leveled playing field. Everyone on the same footing, without the advantages or disadvantages.
That's not what equity is. Okay, whatever.
Well, it's what it has to be when one depressed man from another planet can casually take over a major city in a few days.
Alright, I'll bite. Now, how does all this make an equitable world?
We need control to get there. Reliability and dependability. Stability. A path to equity. Order.
Wow, that's wild, because that sounds a lot like a setup to a fascist dictatorship.
Give it some time. You'll start seeing what I'm talking about here. I'm surprised you don't have more questions.
I mean, it's a question of working for an oppressive force or not, and there's not a lot to tease out there.
That's just your youth showing again. I was a lot like you once. Saw an opportunity to hopefully do good. Joined up without enough details. Sound familiar?
Yeah, totally! Changing the system from the inside always works out so well for everyone involved.
But I was damn good at my job, and I worked my way up. I got to pick the missions. I got to pick the team. I got to push for the changes I wanted.
You also run a prison that you pluck convicts out of, plant bombs in, and make fight like toy soldiers, so...
That's because that's who I am, and how I do things. Now tell me something, Zoe. Who would you be? And let's wrap things up before your father breaks down my door.